sure how to start creating audio ads. Don't sweat it. You can make audio ads for free when you run a campaign on our self-serve advertising manager, Spotify Ad Studio. It's this easy. Write a script, pick a background track, then our team of experts will record the ad for you. Sounds good? Search online for Be Heard, B-E space H-E-A-R-D to get started.
5:30 in the morning, and you know I can't wait till I see you. Yeah, you.
I'm up at 2, and you know I can't eat, can't breathe, can't think until I see you. Yeah, you. Yeah, yeah. I'm on the way, girl, I'm on the way. I know you waiting, and I know you wide awake. Cause you told me how I'm always coming late home. And I'm sorry that I always make you wait long till the late morning. That's why you gotta go to work so you don't see me. But when you come back in the night, it's just a repeat. And it ain't easy for me, just don't believe me. Cause when I'm at the show or in the studio, I make mistakes, I can't think straight. Cause you on my mind the whole time. Want you on my mind the whole time. Was that how they have to go? So I could just be home. Don't know how to cook, but I can watch tutorials. Want you by my side like old times. Want you by my side the whole time. I'm up at 2, 5:30 in the morning, and you know I can't wait until I see you. Yeah, you. I'm up at 2, and you know I can't eat, can't breathe, can't think until I see you. Yeah, you. Yeah. I hope you're on your way.
But don't you slack for a second, you know I'm here to stay. But I'm sick and tired of texting, I need you right here beside me and do everything right by me. You be staying out way too long. Can't do another night alone in bed till the morning. Better get your stuff together and come back home because I miss you bad. I need you bad, you know.
When I'm at the show or in the studio,
I can't think straight, I want you back. Cause you're on my mind the whole time. I know I'm on your mind the whole time.
was that how they have to go?
So we could just be home. We'll have a candlelight. It's just you and I. I'll be right in your arms the whole time. Want you by my side like old time.
I'm up at 2, 5:30 in the morning, and you know I can't wait until I see you. Yeah, you. I'm up at 2, and you know I can't eat, can't breathe, can't think until I see you. Yeah, you. Yeah. I'm up at 2, and you know I can't. I'm up at 2, and you know I can't. I'm up at 2, and you know I can't. And you know I can't. And you know I can't. I'm up at 2, and you know I can't. I'm up at 2, and you know I can't. I'm up at 2, and you know I can't eat, can't breathe, can't think until I see you.
That's 𝐓𝐄𝐄𝐓.
No, yeah.
Me that's it.
And they call you yeah. Jam rhythm. Yeah. Rockstar. DJ Camila, drop the song, make we dance. Oh, DJ Camila, drop the song, make we dance. Yeah. Where the party there today? Hey mama, hey I ever say. Shake your body, man, ya gonna. Cause hey mama, hey I ever say. So where the party there today? Hey mama, hey I ever say. Shake your body, man, ya gonna. Hey mama, hey I ever say. You mess up for no reason. Don't you know, say this be our season. Did the brain make a fall, right? You dreaming. I'm better now, yeah. You mess up for no reason. Don't you know, say this be our season. Did the brain make a fall, right? You
dreaming. Nanke better na yo yeah. Owusu na mi yo. Transrumo, Owusu crew and bemo. Don't you know say God in control? Oh. Yeah. Nanke better na yo Medasi. Why the party day today? Hey mama, hey I ever say. Shake your body, man, ya gonna. Hey mama, hey I ever say. So why the party day today? Hey mama, hey I ever say. Shake your body, man, ya gonna. Hey mama, hey I ever say. I'm going in. Hey, my time is brave. Into Oda. Social media pressure, 𝐷𝐼 and Nyampa. I saw from try it, yes, the bank or bath. Who have to pay me up to Nevia Sylviancha Wassa? From my pocket, musically a coquassa, say, Obian in Kama Tomawa, Papa, yeah, Obi Bondasi. Ayo, a bravo, a tiny, better than a compo. What package ya and fat? Is it by fault to speak some brofo? Yeah, fancy, we share a virgin. What's what the ayo bedding? Okro when watching the landing, and you see my brethren. And you forget me in the asa, forget me in the asa, no beer deka, forget me in the asa. Yes, kill sin. Why the party day today? Hey mama, hey I ever say. Shake your body, man, ya gonna. Hey mama, hey I ever say. So why the party day today? Hey mama, hey I ever say. Shake your body, man, ya gonna. Hey mama, hey I ever say. Oh yeah. Catch up. Medas.
The all-new multi-purpose Skills Hub is supporting young people seeking opportunities to build their dream businesses, gain decent work, and transform their lives. The Skills Hub offers incredible services for next to nothing. These services include Youth Enterprise Services, where we support you to start, grow, and sustain their businesses. Our incubation and acceleration services come with priority access to curated library, mentoring and coaching, as well as business advisory services at the Skills Hub. Youth employment services, preparing youth for the world of work, and innovative supportive services and facilities providing events and meeting spaces with customizable seating capacity of 5 to 65, co-working spaces for young entrepreneurs who may not have office space to operate, high-speed internet cafe, a copy center, and others, special packages for the most sought after entrepreneurship skills, employability skills, digital skills, life skills, and financial literacy for individuals and organizations. The Skills Hub is open to every young person who wants to land their dream jobs or contracts. It's time to take charge of your future. Now visit the Skills Hub at Toyota Building at American House Traffic Lights on the Labaleshe Road, East Legon.
said before, my name is Obi the guitarist. I'm a cover artist and guitarist. I'm available for all events. I do weddings, parties, corporate events, dinners, reception parties, birthday serenades.
The all-new multi-purpose Skills Hub is supporting young people seeking opportunities to build their dream businesses, gain decent work, and transform their lives. The Skills Hub offers incredible services for next to nothing. These services include Youth Enterprise Services, where we support you to start, grow, and sustain their businesses. Our incubation and acceleration services come with priority access to curated library.
Our moderator for today is Mr. Emmanuel Owusu Agyei. He works at Holland, Ghana. He's a finance communication and partnership strategic entrepreneurs making changes on the continent by the MasterCard Foundation and the African Leadership Academy. He has consulted for brands like Unibank, Ghana, now Consolidated Bank, and other financial firms. He currently works with Holland, Ghana, supporting group businesses and partnership with the life insurance business of the company. But before he comes, we will take a last performance. So let me see the second performance from Obi. Your audience.
That's a beautiful sound. Out up here. Out up here.
And I won't get tired. So right now we are going to watch. We are going to watch a TV. I hear someone say Netflix. We are watching a TVC on Skills Hub.
𝐓𝐶𝐄𝐒𝐓 is supporting young people seeking opportunities to build their dream businesses, gain decent work, and transform their lives. The Skills Hub offers incredible services for next to nothing. The all-new multi-purpose Skills Hub is supporting young people seeking opportunities to build their dream businesses, gain decent work, and transform their lives. The Skills Hub offers incredible services for next to nothing. These services include Youth Enterprise Services, where we support you to start, grow, and sustain their businesses. Our incubation and acceleration services come with priority access to curated library, mentoring and coaching, as well as business advisory services at the Skills Hub. Youth Employment Services, preparing youth for the world of work, and innovative supportive services and facilities providing events and meeting spaces with customizable seating capacity of 5 to 65. Co-working spaces for young entrepreneurs who may not have office space to operate. High-speed internet cafe, a copy center, and others. Special packages for the most sought after entrepreneurship skills, employability skills, digital skills, life skills, and financial literacy for individuals and organizations. The Skills Hub is open to every young person who wants to land their dream jobs or contracts. It's time to take charge of your future. Now visit the Skills Hub at Toyota Building at American House.
Hello. Oh, we got your spirit. Hello. Thank you. Please, just in case you need a washroom, it's downstairs. When you get to the reception area, you can ask for help and you'll be there. Please, should I say a standing ovation or with a round of applause? Which one do you prefer? Okay, so with a round of applause, can we welcome our moderator?
Good evening. Thank you very much for having me, Jota. Thank you very much, Prosper.
The all-new multi-purpose Skills Hub is supporting young people seeking opportunities to build their
edition of the Youth Skills Hub chat. And my name is Emmanuel. I work for Life Insurance. I am the business space. Tonight I'll be your moderator. And this evening I'm very honored to have with me the guest speakers who are very well endowed, experienced, and well resourced to speak to us with the topic that we have chosen for tonight's chat. So tonight I need you to tune your minds and attention to management, developing your social capital and for professional and business sustainability. The good thing is that all the guest speakers here are actually well vested when it comes to entrepreneurship, leadership, and also personal development skills. So 𝐓𝐄𝐄 have done a very good job by putting these people together to speak to us this evening. Could you please clap for them? So my first guest speaker is Joel Anaman. Joel is a very passionate gentleman. He's very much interested in talent development and have vision for unlocking the potential of at least 1 million young professionals and students in Accra in Africa. He started his career as a commercial pharmacist and later established 𝐒𝐏𝐄𝐄, a career consultancy firm focused in helping talent developing ownership, culture, and optimize their secure remote job with a commute of $500,000 a year. He doubles as a product manager on Mind, an app that helps owners like you track their wins and build compelling stories around them. He is also a proud 𝐵LP and an alumnus of the prestigious Chevening Scholarship. So if someone here is a proud winner of Chevening Scholarship, then a round of applause for him. So please welcome Joel Anaman to the stage. That's not my mind. So I wanted to clarify that before we move on. Okay, so since we are talking about soft skills and how to develop our communication and how we are going to build business sustainability. In addition to the guest speaker here, I have Phyllis Kuenyehia. Most of the time when I hear the name Kuenyehia means that the building in the University of Ghana Law School is called the Kuenyehia building. It's actually one of the prestigious law families in Ghana. I'm hoping that she's from the family I know. So Phyllis Kuenyehia is an organizational and personal development strategist. She has, who is, very much involved with high productivity career coaching. She's focusing on communication, human capital, and workforce development and Connect World Advisory, firm that she has proudly founded. She has worked at major financial firms and investment brokerage institutions such as Charles Schwab and Fidelity Investment in Washington, D.C. She started her career at Barclays Bank Ghana and co-led their prestige banking business development team to exceed their sales and customer engagement goals across the nation. She holds a bachelor's and MBA in International Business and Finance from Point Park University, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, in the United States of America. She's married with 2 sons, 4-year-old and 11-year-old. Please, let's welcome Phyllis Kuenyehia.
I'm just an unknown man who is here to have fun with you. So get all your fun questions, silly questions, senseless questions ready, okay?
Thank you very much, Phyllis. So today we are going to be very brief, but then I was actually expecting that since we have Anaman here and Phyllis here, possibly you may have gotten your notes ready because most of the things that they're actually going to discuss here are very critical to our personal development. And also, since we are all thinking of business development and business sustainability in the professional space, in the entrepreneurship space, we should be getting ready to write so that the key things we actually do not forget. This evening, we will be spending not more than an hour here, but I believe that before we go, all the conversations that we will have here will be very productive and will be self-moving. And therefore, each one of us here will also take this one with them. So we move. I'm going to be very brief. My questions to them will be very conversational. So to me, I like conversations. I would want to tap into the experience of people. So I am here to have fun, and I believe that you will also have fun. And so let's start. I will start with Phyllis. Yeah, I think she's ready to speak to me. So please let's go. Okay, we're good. Okay. So I would want to know, when we introduce people, their personality, the experiences that she's gone through as a person. I would want to know her name, personal life, how you were able to go through life in Ghana, your how you were brought up in Ghana, and since I see that you have accent, means that from Ghana you take us to the US as well. Right, please, let's hear from you.
Thank you, Madam. Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. We are here. My name is Phyllis Kuenyehia. Kuenyehia is my married name. I'm named Sadati. So I'm from the Volta region of Ghana. So I'm from Amanda. And 2,000%. My mom, my dad, everybody is Amon. And so I married a Kuenyehia, and he's also 100% Ewe. So my blood is breathing Volta region a lot. And see, if you are here, okay, I was born and raised in Kumasi. I'm the last of five, two girls, two boys, and me. My mom was an entrepreneur. She was into property development, into farming, into education, anything that she finds a problem in, she will start a business for it. My dad was in the army for the longest time. My dad's mate was 𝐓𝐇𝐄𝐒𝐓. So my dad actually retired from the army as a major when I was two, and then worked with World Vision. Um, I grew up in a very strong Christian home where you can't wear this. My parents said, yeah, I couldn't wear this. You go to your friend's house, you have to carry your own food. You have the watchman following you for play dates. Very strict, but now that I'm older, I'm grateful for that kind of upbringing. At some point in university, at Central University, I will put my one arm shirt in my bag. So when I get in the taxi, and I will change it. One day I forgot and came home, and then my dad said, the dress is not done. I forgot to change it. But all that has shaped me very well, and I'm very grateful to my parents. They rest in perfect peace. So I did my elementary education in Kumasi. And then I went to Maui School in Hu for 7 years. So the old school system, from 1 to upper 6. From there, I came to Central University. Why? My siblings all went to KNU. So the course they gave me, my parents were like, do the one that is most helpful. And I did not, so I wasn't happy with that. So my dad was like, okay, there's a new university that's coming up. Why don't you go there? We pay for it, it's expensive, so you can get the program that you desire. I have always been a lover of money because you can't do anything without money. You can't do charity work without money. You can't love without money. You cannot help without money. Money is important. That's why the Bible said that it answers all things. Okay? Like it's important. So if you're but we need who is coming to. Because if who is coming to say God meant a wise woman, that's it. The rich man is dead. All the things he can do, you have to strive for that. Will, but money at the base. See, God meant, it's not hitting, that's it. years, and you have to. I read banking on Mondays. My mom exposed me to banking and finance. Banking very early. At some point, I was a secretary on an account, so I used to have sign forms and all that. So I always wanted to be around banking. My mom central university, I did that course. Final year, you have to have an internship done to graduate. Third year, my mother passed away. Very, very difficult. And she would be the one making all the calls. My dad is not working there. There's a few. So I applied to Barclays Bank and other firms, but I really wanted to work at Barclays Bank. Sitting down, the one making all the calls. Until one day, the door that was not open in my future. Circle branch to head office to help with prestige banking, and I sold like waterfall. You know, everybody I saw was a prestige banker. After that, I needed to leave because my dad married shortly after my mom died, and my siblings were in the US, so I headed there. I wasn't ready for it, but I asked myself, how am I going to do good work and make good money, right? I wasn't seeing the path really clearly, so I went to the US and was gone for almost 13 years, never came back a day. But my heart was here because the question I asked myself every day in my investment banking job, in my technology job was, where is my 23-year-old self? I'm looking for her. I want to help her. I don't want the 23-year-old self that thinks she has it all, but the one that is hiding in the corner, the one that is shy, the one that has been raped, the one that gets slapped, the one that can't speak their freedom. That was the reason I was on Wall Street every day working. So when I moved back, I can come to you, not the fortunate, but the one that says I have nothing but I want to push. So when I was told that we have to speak tree, I am there. Because when me pay omo feel it to say media me count no maintain bro say baby wo cry na wo ya din nti wo hana won te bro don't feel bad me now but will help you, and I just want you to understand that hard work and humility, that's why we are all here. And for me, that pushed me so much, and I'm back now 5 years, and everything I do, every penny I make, I invest into young people who want to do well. So today, I pray that, you know, we will connect very much and take this forward. When I went to America, I wanted to do my MBA. I wanted to get into investment banking, but I had to start from somewhere. So I went back into retail banking again and pushed really hard and went into Morgan Stanley for a very long time. It was an eye-opener for me. Everything I saw here was different from there. Over there, it's about storytelling. How can you tell a story about your work? And I thank God for giving me that opportunity. And a few years before I relocated, I went into hardware technology. It took me a year to go from CCNA to become an expert in CCIE. I built my own networks and all that. Now, no more. Now I'm building human beings, and I love it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think that is actually a very good story to listen to this evening, and I believe that most of us here have been inspired, and myself have. So I would want to listen to Anaman.
A story.
Actually having a very smooth conversation.
Nice.
Let me hear from you.
Great. I think when Phyllis was speaking, I felt like Nemano Kano, maybe with my brother, right? So my dad is also a customs officer. He's retired. Okay. And my mom also loves doing things. She's done a lot of things. Yeah. Entrepreneurship, from cooking, baking, tie and dye, a lot of things, right? So I was born in Takoradi, stayed there for about 4 years, and because my dad is a customs officer, we had to move around. We moved to the Volta region, right? And in the Volta region, I spent 5 years there. It was an amazing place. You know, normally when you're in Accra, people have this perception, say, oh, Volta region, the alcohol, like there's those perceptions, but those people are one of the kindest people that you can actually find in Ghana, right? So I enjoyed my time absolutely for 5 years. Unfortunately, I couldn't pick up the language, and I moved to Accra. So because of this experience, I've had to attend different elementary schools from kindergarten to Montessori. At a point, I even got confused. Even when I moved to Accra, I tried 3 different schools, Harrow International, Grace Preparatory, Hanson Road, Hanson Preparatory. So like I was just a confused child who was just wandering around. And I think because I'm very experimentative and all of that, I decided to study general science in high school. And I went to the best. Oh, I can see a blood boy there. Are you a blood boy? Correct. Papa is also a blood boy, right? So I went to the best, I don't call it high school, the best academy that you can ever find on this earth, Accra Academy, right? And it was influenced by my dad. My dad is also a blood B, so you can see, runs through the blood. And in Accra Academy, I was the low-key type, but I interacted, I'm very social and all of that. I've always been a social kid, right from, being at church, at home, everywhere. So after my 4 years, we actually started the 4 years program, right, in high school. We were the first batch. So when Phyllis said 7 years, I was like, wow, Charlie, maybe easy. She's a senior woman. She's a big woman. So I did my 4 years, and at that point, I fell in love with chemistry, right? And I was a science student, so I was thinking about how I'll be able to, utilize chemistry. I didn't want to do pure chemistry. I didn't want to do biochemistry. I wanted something in the health field, right? Because my mom was also passionate about healthcare as at that point. She actually wanted to be a nurse, but because of funds, she had to make use of the opportunity that was available. So I chose to do pharmacy. My dad did not agree. He wanted me to do medicine. The usual story. Person here doctor, person here pharmacist. I had the support from my mother. I always tell this story. My dad was not in support. Until in Numa started pharmacy when they gone. Anyway, he's the one who paid the fees. He had to pay anyway. So I started Legon, and I think at that point I didn't have any mentorship. Like I had a chemistry teacher who is late, by the way. He inspired me a lot, but I didn't have any mentorship as to what program to choose. It was just that tunnel vision. Oh, I love chemistry, so I want to do pharmacy, right? But it wasn't really about, as Phyllis said, the money, right? I could have sat down and thought about, hey, how am I going to make money in the next 10 years, 20 years, and all of that. So I made a decision anyway, started pharmacy. And one other thing too is that I wanted to go to KNUST so bad because my sister attended KNUST. And she was all like, you have to be in tech is all the vibe, all of those things. And one other thing I'm mirroring from Phyllis is that I'm also the last one. So today we are doing last baby.
Yes.
We are two boys, 2 girls. The ladies are leading and then the men are lagging. But people often mistake me for, are you also the last one? Yeah. Trinity. So, that was like really it, right? I wanted to go to tech. And then, unfortunately, I couldn't get pharmacy in tech, so I had to do it Legon. But that was a blessing in disguise. I felt disappointed. Tech wanted me to read telecom engineering. So I went to Legon, started pharmacy, and I met my second failure. My first failure was in high school. I think I got pretty complacent with, academics and all of that. And in my second semester, I had 2 Fs in biology and physics, F9, right? And it was a wake-up call for me. So 2 years later, I put in the work. Like I decided to take extra classes, study at all hours and all of that just to make up for it. 2 years later, God willing, I was able to hit the Best Student Award for our 80th anniversary. So I was really excited. Then I got to uni, and it happened again. It seems that at every major phase of my life, I faced some form of failure. So I was very social. I was the only first year student who was on the dinner committee and all of that, right, for the University of Ghana Pharmacy Student Association. And I occupied other positions, organizing secretary. By my 3rd year, I was getting complacent again. and I lost an election by a single vote, just a single vote. I wanted to become vice president of the association, but that loss actually taught me that I wasn't ready. And I went through a lot of transformation. It was then that I decided to join active groups like 𝐓𝐄. So 𝐓𝐄 House was very active on campus. People thought that 𝐓𝐄 is like a party group, right? But 𝐓𝐄 is really a marketing group. So it took me through a process of learning how to develop sponsorship, proposals, doing pitches, selling tickets, doing photography, social media, and all of that. That was like a major transformation for me. The following year, I became president of the association with 100 vote gap, right? It was a small association. It was 115 against 15 votes. So the gap was there because I put in the work. And when I put in the work, like when I got to become a president, I decided to put in all the skills that I learned. And it was the first time we built a sponsorship committee. We raised funds. We raised, as at that time, was around $6,600. It was a lot of money. We organized our first stage program on campus. We did social, like the association actually felt like it was really lively, right? And it was due to all the experiences that I had, the failure that I had, how I was able to transform that into something winning. And then I brought all of that into the association. Now, fast forward, I finished school in 2015, and as Obiarubi SS and Agyei University need mentorship, you don't know what to do. And pharmacy opportunities not doors. But me a community pharmacy. Pharmacists na home around. We came crowd how we microchemist, right? That's a community pharmacy. We me a hospital. We me a FDA. We me a Pondro. So like the opportunities were a lot, and I was very confused. But the best part of me is I had spoken to people who were ahead of me. My people who were like when I was in first year, those who were in fourth year that I often engaged with, people who were actually practicing pharmacy. At that point in maybe school, I felt like, okay, I had tasted community hospital industry, all of that through internship, and the next thing was sales, right? And I realized that the sales field, and you'll be on it because space is will be free, you won't get the opportunity. Right, so I decided to take an initiative, and then I signed up for an internship program. It wasn't paid, right? I just spoke to one mentor that I had way back in school, and then through the conversation he mentioned that, oh, there's an opportunity, and I was like, okay, I can give you recommendations. But after the call, I thought about it that, I mean, I want to venture into sales, right? I need to taste what it looks like, and then because of that motivation, I just reached back up to him and I was like, you know what, have me join the company. I didn't think about what I was going to earn or anything like that. I just went straight ahead for the opportunity, right? But things are changing. I say, we take this decision and I'm sure. So those are some of the things that we'll be discussing in this conversation. So I took the opportunity 6 months in. Within that 6 month period, I rejected one full-time offer because I really wanted to work with a multinational company. At the end of the 6 months, I started my career as a pharmacist, as a salesperson. I worked with Merck, worked with Procter & Gamble, and along that line, so I felt there are people who were as lost as I am, but me navigate, and that's how I started Productivity Optimizer, now Career Wheel. Your focus is we will help people tell their stories better, their career stories, connect whatever they do at work to how well the business is growing, and that way they can leverage that to increase their careers, get promotions, get that salary bump, and all of that. So 2020, just to end 2020, I decided to transition into tech, and I applied for the Shimon Scholarship. I put in sweat and blood because £40,000 no, na me ni sasika no, papa ni sasika no, ma so ni sasika no. Inti baby am afa bia there, I'll do it. So I got the scholarship and I studied business analytics and management sciences. Inti, as I sit here, although I founded Career Wheel, I'm also in a transition phase. Like most of my clients, I'm looking at transitioning into product management. So that's a bit of background about me. Quite a long story, but yeah. Thank you.
My guest speakers here are too well resourced. I'm going to give them like 2 hours. They are really going to take us through the whole time.
Please signal me when I'm talking to her. It's very important.
Me too.
Okay, so I have been saying this that, possibly in the next decade, our continent Africa will actually see more increase in terms of growth in population. So it will be somewhere around 2 billion. And with the 2 billion, you have the average age being 24 years. So it means that averagely, our population increase in this continent that we live in will be like us. So markets will be very competitive, jobs will be very competitive. Anything that we will actually do will be very competitive. So what would let us stand out? So these are the core conversations that this evening we actually come to have. So we have listened to their stories, they have told us their background, what they've been able to do over these years. So I would ask Phyllis that what do you think about social capital and management? How do you manage social capital? How do you see the importance of a person having a very good social capital? This is actually the reason why our audience are here. They actually want to hear from you what social capital is and how are they going to manage their social capital to improve whilst the continent of Africa also see improvement in population. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so I think for me, the first question is how many of you here don't understand social capital? Because there's a lot of English, right? So when I have social capital, now I can't say maybe the home common on TSC. Very be anymore. You're so torn with drama. Okay. All right. So social capital for me, in a very, very basic way, is the people around you, and so the people you draw into your life, and how you're able to leverage those relationships to achieve your goals. It's very important. Social capital, so it's like the way you build wealth, right? Human beings in your life, it has to be strategic. So there are people who have 2,000 friends on social media, but they don't have 10 cedis in their bank account, and they have no way of calling anybody to give them 10 cedis. And you have people who have only 10 followers, but then they can lead you to a scholarship that can get you going on in your life. So for me, social capital is how you build networks of people in your life and leverage those relationships to achieve your goals. So when you're connecting with people, and that's me, I'm not reading this from a book or any principles. I don't believe in any of those, because those books, they are somebody's opinion. For me, this is what has worked for me. Anytime I tell myself I'm going to this program today, like today I told myself I'm coming here to build on my social capital, right? So I have to be strategic about it. And for me, how I'm able to build that is showing the value that I bring on board. So when I meet you, I want to know what you're doing that I can help you with. And in that way, I'm able to learn the value that you can also bring to me. And then I can leverage that in serving you. So in short, for me, the best and the most powerful way to build a sustainable social capital is to be a person of value and a person of service. It is a way to show for life, I'm betting me up. Wow, I'm a do baby, I say and then the social capital. Who boab now for one, paying for collar, beer, but what culture I say, it was a say pay a woman life, mono. Almost woman, I do baby, I say me do. And you said, wow, I'm a bathroom. But how do you do that? We may show beer, the person who said, yeah, no, we here. A dear now, we a Juma Ben, now we are waiting him or buy a wine. It is a me who said, we hear more beer, na makes me, and I mean, be a bit to me. Na maboa saa kwan no so na me so mesua de oso so why betimi aboa me so nti saa no na chese ye nyina ye ni. And every time there was a dream who say adamfo we am be ba be fa no e so fa so ne sen e di nti na me fa sa adamfo. Why am I having this friend? Why do I want to connect to Joel? Why do I want to connect to Emmanuel? The why has to be big. If you don't look at the why and answer it before you connect to people, you become like a house fly. So much happening, but nothing is going on. It's very, very important. Thank you.
In simple terms, after you heard from Phyllis, I would want to hear from Joe what's the social capital.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Phyllis, what can you now? This is your name, Jamaica.
Oh, Kabika.
Say me too. The same thing. Say me too. Anyway, so just to add on to the Phyllis Kuenyehia, it's really about, for me, it's really about looking at things from a vertical perspective and a horizontal perspective. Normally, connections or links, all of those things we're always thinking about people at the top, right? But when you're building social capital, you have to build it from all angles. Into horizontal, with your friends, right? With your friends, your peers, people that you're in the same socio-economic group with, same school and all of that. So we to call university and high school. Now at 10 on New Biancasa or New Bianfana for. But 10 years, 20 years, these are the same guys. You would meet them in the banks, heading offices and all of that. And even work so to make a head office media, you still need their sort of expertise or help. And it becomes easy because these are people when you're building relationships 10 years back, right? Into that's one of them. The other one, the vertical one. In the vertical one, you are doing it to the top and to the down. Into to the top, or more ahead of you, right? The CEO says, "Phyllis, well, I'm a boss." Into when network here, what I say, me vertical networking. When network here, me horizontal networking. Now people below me, audience say, "Oh, we here nanka on fana down fana this." Sometimes they are the people that would bring a lot of value to those at the top. Let me give you a typical example. My way of connecting with people who are older than me, technology. Bibi na phone so the screen paya, who send about fix it. Minim circle boys no, right? Minimum me trust your mobile, minim mechanic guys no. Right, no one may trust them because these are people are normally baby now kind of great, right? My way of plugging myself into that network and say, oh, phone I say, I'm not going to have a fix here, 20 minutes, 30 minutes of a fix here or call. We need that feeling, I've delivered value. And this is a talk car and I'm a top diamond and why didn't say value? Those little things, work out, and it's because I'm tapping into more vertical downwards. Until we build this social capital, don't just look upwards, look sideways, and then look downwards.
Powerful.
Thank you very much, Joe. And since I've seen you also writing, I believe that most of you are also recording. If you forget to share to your friends, we are actually live on Facebook, 𝐓𝐇𝐄𝐒𝐓. We are live. Please tell your friends to join in the conversation because tonight we are tapping into the great experiences of Phyllis and Joe. So I would want to ask again, they are spoken about the social capital. I would want them to give us experiences and scenarios where possibly their experiences per the social capital that they told us about, they actually saw that, okay, so once I have the social capital, with this experience, I leverage on that social capital and it helps me get to this stage. So Joe, I would want to hear from you on that. What experiences do you have to share when it comes to social capital? I know that you gave a very good experience with a very good example with a vertical and and that. So if I read your profile, you've done a lot.
Exactly.
I would want to know how social capital is able to help you with all this like that.
Okay, thank you very much. My God said I've done a lot. Thank God. So I'll start with my first job. Right. I got my first job through the internship, right? And it was practically because when I was back in University of Ghana, I was active in the association in Chiaka. Small student association, there were 130 people. Woman in Jessica cries with Jessica. Sometimes over car Jessica so it was a lot of service, as Phyllis said. Now I decided to dedicate myself to the association, not because I felt Binya be in return later, right? But it was just the whole problem, let me solve it, right? Association in Nisika, you set up scholarship committee, you raise Nisika, name association, and so during that process, I met my mentor, Dr. Edupo, not a country manager or MEC. Right, at the same time, Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana, Greater Accra region, he was a chairperson. And so, through these interactions, he experienced my work ethic, and that's how we bonded. Because someone said, hey, guy, we are there, or dedicating a home, or a humble, all those things. So, my first big break, and this was 2015. My first job was in 2017, right? 2 years later, but in 2016, that was when he called me. So this vertical upwards, right? Offer me, said, "Oh, when here will be to come and intern at company now more. The intern that they have now, when we need 𝐒𝐏𝐄𝐑, they need a replacement. Intimate me a suggestion, sir." And the critical thing here, and say, when you are being of service, when you are being humble, when you are making yourself visible. Opportunities in the bar, one year 𝐒𝐄𝐓 first. So that is the tactic, and that's what helped me land my first job, because of friend, make I say, okay, I'll get you someone. I cut the call, thought about it, like the next 5 to 10 minutes, I called back and said, Mayor. I didn't think about pay, mainly because I was doing something that was going to sustain me. I'm more side gazing, so if you can afford it, and then I can say, if you can afford it, and that's a way that you can build skills, networks, just do it. If you can't afford it, you can leverage different means. And also, my advice is, who your internship, who your Agyei no being you have the chance to determine how it goes. Inti, want me said, lawyer friend want me you can ask them, can I do it from home? Think about it creatively. Men found a box to say, oh, because I was a member man into send me trap back. What I said, think about it creatively and talk about your challenges. At that point, now you need challenge. I made the catch and say, when it comes to farmer sales, into so much training, that'll be it. And he coached me for that 6 months period. He left the company, we are still in contact, and that actually landed me my first job. And that's like a typical example or experience from service, humility, listening, making myself visible, to landing my first job 2 years later. Was my justice.
Okay, so we have listened to Joe on how he was able to leverage the social capital to get a job. And basically, over these years, the job market has been very difficult in Ghana. And as I did mention, it's actually growing. So I would want to ask Phyllis this, that we normally hear people talk about soft skills. And when you get to a job, what are the needed soft skills that an individual needs? Because when it comes to experiences, most people have the experiences, most people have the qualifications in Ghana now. That if we are to, look at CVs, people are better than us. But then when we get to the job field, what other soft skills that differentiate us from other people? So I would want to hear from Phyllis on that.
Okay, thank you.
What do we mean by soft skills? When we talk about soft skills, what are the needed soft skills that we, the youth in Africa here, need to differentiate ourselves and to get us jobs?
Okay.
So please let's hear from Phyllis on that.
Okay, thank you, Emmanuel. Okay, so soft skills, as we all know, I'm sure so be at here. You find us we a carpenter, we try the and only your hard skill. But with soft skill here, obi bad the way I want to kasa, the way you say thank you, the body language. Obi how can you crash or no? So what can you? I say any or the better. Would you know how my wakonya ntlase? It is any na ema o customers. Any omwa we omoye bibia no omo feel comfortable. And then I soft skill. And then no yen sheda nkyere school. It's no thought that we because say entity like the way you are raised, right? But so when you like in the way you be am raised one sure say, you know, you can't talk to somebody like that. And they're not I will say usia. But the easiest way, I mean soft skills for me is key, and that is the basis of connect well, right? Because when your soft skills is hard, okay, it's strong. You go through doors that you didn't even know existed. So how did I acquire soft skills? I was lucky at home. My dad, because of his military background, we always sat at table to eat. So your fork and knife and spoon is there. You must use it the right way. You don't talk about anybody. You don't raise your voice above somebody else. You don't chew whilst talking. So all those things. And I will be okay, you have hit me, that's it. You don't yell at the person and you say sorry quickly. So those basics ones, I got it from home. But going from, you know, college to Barclays, then to America, I realized that I'm from soft what did I can say? I said, culture because I said you're waiting. But the way I overcome one ready because it comes glazed in sugar and honey. Then I make a semican. So for me to make it very, because I'm always hanging out with young people. The average, can ask Prosper, the average age of the people around me is about 25, because that's what I've dedicated my life to now, right? And what I tell them is so that you don't get confused about which soft skill is good for this environment. You know? The only soft skill that has worked for me is being thoughtful. Thoughtful. When you look on Google, the definition of thoughtful is seeking the welfare of another. So if you were remember seeking the welfare of your employer, seeking the welfare of your colleague, seeking the welfare of your husband, seeking the welfare of your friend, your team member, how do you seek the welfare of another? You're speaking the truth, you're speaking politely, you are doing your work. When you say you do it, your tone is low, you stay on time, you respect the other person's time, because all those other things we're calling soft skills, speak well, write well, body language, all those things. When you are thoughtful of another, you don't have to think about all those ones. So imagine you have 10 million soft skills. How are you going to learn all of them? But at the back of your mind, when you wake up from your bed, be thoughtful. And that thoughtfulness comes to you first. How you respect yourself. There are some people, the way they will write to you or talk to you, you know they don't respect themselves. They don't treat themselves with thoughtfulness. So that is what, for me, I use to coach people in my life and my very little children. Because sometimes you really have to think about it. Customer will school. It's too tiring and you miss it. But if you have this one word, thoughtfulness, how can I seek the welfare of my company? How can I seek the welfare of Joel on this project? How can I seek the welfare of these young people that I'm talking to? And every time you are in that thoughtfulness mode, everything you do, and people would ask, why are you always nice? Why do you always deliver? Why do you always find solutions? Even when you are delivering negative news, you are thoughtful about it. So every day, ask yourself, am I being thoughtful? You are speaking on a team, in a big company. You are upset with your manager. Ask yourself, how can I deliver this bad news? But seeking the welfare. Because remember, only be delia. And you can a situation now. So you have to tell yourself that we're seeking the welfare of this whole situation. It's not the fault of another. And such skill, thoughtfulness skill way. So what did Nancy we are saying? Our room, we know soft, we know house help, we know president or what Ghana vote me church or never find the president want to say umwadi. What I say second Ghana want me to do president at Temsa. It means that penny you feel you are not thoughtful. Do you understand? So for me, that is what has helped me. So anywhere I go, I don't have a problem. I don't have to think about who is here. I ask myself, how am I going to present thoughtfulness in its highest level at where I'm going? Simply just like that. I don't know if Matthias is thoughtful.
Thank you very much, Phyllis, for that. So I think we have heard a lot from her. And please don't forget that we are streaming live on Facebook by Skills Hub by YOTA and also the YOTA handle Youth Opportunity and Transformation in Africa. So please tell your friends to join in the conversation. We will be out of here very soon. I would want to, end the conversation very soon, but I will take one last, thought from you, and I'll come to the audience here. Also, for you that you have questions for my guest speakers, and also if you meet, who knows. So I would want to ask Joel, what recommendations do you have for the young entrepreneurs here, for the young students here, for the youth of this country who are trying to, thrive, mingle, start, and reflect, and aspire? What are those recommendations that you have for the young people? Join us on Facebook, join us anywhere, and also start present here.
Okay, it's actually going to be one word: execute.
Like that.
Execute. Memako events with Bray. I've been to many coaching sessions, right? And what sets people apart from each other in terms of those who are achieving and those who are not achieving, it's execution. I can say for a fact, and even it's research backed, right, by Harvard Business Review, that only 12% of people who learn things go ahead to practice. So I can't send me if you have how this one, hey, I hate me, waka, but then what will set you apart, whether you're online or you're here, is how you go and implement thoughtfulness. It's how you go and implement vertical, horizontal, whatever networking. So what no execute here, it won't happen. And the thing about execution is that when you execute, that is where you see where the problems are. Say, are you really living it? You would make mistakes, you fail. But it's only when you execute that you know whether you are growing or not. Indeed, that's the only advice I would give everyone on here, in here and then on Facebook or online. Execute, make sure you're implementing everything that we discussed here and you see results.
That's powerful.
Thank you very much, Joel.
That's very powerful. Okay. I love that, execution, that's powerful.
Yes, madam.
It's the foundation to everything, because we could do all the juicy stuff here, but if you are not ready, okay, so for me, right, execute, yes, I love that. On top of that is humility, right? What I have observed is, yesterday I learned about social media ego. So there are people who have built amazing, I don't know what it is, whether they are human beings or robots, but 100,000 followers, but they can't show you pain for it, but they are very disrespectful and very arrogant. Humility is key, and humility must come from within. Trust me, it is so important. Why am I saying this? Young people, young entrepreneurs, they don't want to be apprentices. It is important. Sajena Wusian, Uyan, Wusian will be our leader. And now they are in Brazil and Ebesia. Feedback, Uye Juma, Ubia Kabibiana, you are talking to somebody and they say something. Oh, because you have whatever following anywhere and you're being called whatever, you don't listen. what's going to happen is you're going to fall from the top of that cliff into a bottomless hole. For the rest of your life, you won't land on anything. So please, humility is key. Every day you wake up, ask God to teach you a way to have your heart to be humble. It doesn't matter where you are, at the top, at the bottom, horizontal. When you approach people with humility, they think you're stupid. But what they don't know is that you're building influence. So now we will start so be anti. But to be so what me humility tina mupa akese and then. The reason I'm focusing on this is what I do with Connect Wealth. I engage human beings on every level in a very deep way that social media has never seen before. Yeah, this is not us. When you know your photos, and when you go behind the scenes, that's when you see what human beings are made of. When you see men on their knees and they're crying, and you see big women that you're tweeting about melting on the ground. That's when you realize that humility is important as you execute, and that's where thoughtfulness comes in. Then there's hard work. Hard work, as you're working hard, look, they say sleep 8 hours. 8 hours, who would that be already? Don't sleep. If you can't write that $1 million check, don't sleep. I'm telling you, when you die, you sleep. Do not sleep. I don't care who is watching on Facebook anywhere. This is my principle. You can't sleep. It ain't in a wood. What I wouldn't cry. Show you. Don't sleep. Look at how many hours you need to put in. If people are putting in 8 hours, put in 16. Do you understand? When you do that very early, by the time you hit 40, nobody can tell you what to do. You show up where you want to show up at whatever time, in any way, because you have worked hard. Some people will sleep and converse and leisure around and follow foolishness that look like success. And then they hit 40, they hit 50, they realize that, hey, they better go college because we did hard work. Please, I met an Uber driver. I take Uber a lot because usually I want to meet people, and a lot of them are maybe college, they couldn't finish college and all that. And I asked myself, time then now I say, oh madam, I close at 10. So by 10:30 I can sleep. And I'm saying, how much is your bank account? Maybe I did that. Okay, and you're sleeping at 10. Okay, you have to see midnight. You have to see midnight. When you consider the Bunshona Foundation, do you understand? Because it is hard. The things you see that you like, it is very hard to come by. So you have to work hard. And as you work hard, ask yourself, are you smart enough? You be still be sound for execution. You go one step, you ask questions. You go one step, you ask questions. But you already beside the question, answer not the man. Answer the wabawasu, and yes, you know what because wow. And there's this thing I teach members of Connect World. You must have 5 kinds of people in your life, right? A cheerleader. Cheerleader, you'll be a then you have a tester. Who bring gold? Now I work from a saying now. Who bring idea? No, what work with us? You need that person too. You need a mentor. Mentor, no, dream, timing the ideas around, calling people and all that. And then the 4th one, gosh, the other 2. I'll remember before we go, but there are about 5 of them. And important, say, some people in our life, because when you have some people who are punching you hard, some people who are praising you, some people who are challenging you, you realize that you become like a very beautifully tasting combination fried rice. Do you understand? Because egg is sweet, it's not good. If it's sour, it's not. You need a good balance. I'm telling you this. It is important. Hard work, humility, and make sure the people around you, there's a good mix. People that would challenge your smartness. Some of you young people, nobody has ever challenged you. Me, I push people to the wall. and they will come back very hard. The way they come back, you tell yourself, okay, I will push again. I push 3, 4, 5 times, then I leave you. The day you are falling in the bottomless pit, I'll be walking by. And so please, be about life, my business, me poucho, we be cheerleader, and our mentor, and our tester, and now if ever a bat kicker, when you did be original, one years. And I think, I don't know what I am though. I think because of my work, I try to be a bit of each, you know. But people that work for me, Joseph is at the back. I'm a very, very bad bat kicker. Bat kicker, be a tower twaba. When I'm no tower back, what the gold about no tower back. You need that. Did you understand me? And yes, sir, they be from who say young people, what's no much suit, no make a photo their Instagram. Who are showing the profile a serial entrepreneur. Bill Gates, plan so a serial entrepreneur. Now who is serial entrepreneur? Only you got Tanasia or Simon Patron, never be a matter. Also, a serial entrepreneur. Then I would come. Who keep soap, no guy, no side, and a serial entrepreneur. Do you understand? It's in Facebook, no more social media, patron, more humility and them. Yes, I like you to look like what you want to be. Faith, right? Fake it till you make it. But who faking one yet careful and arrogance of them. Until Joe will be not so frail crana. I'll say, I see entrepreneur, they are okay. Emmanuel wants to call or say, we'll cry now, only Bill Gates here meeting. Let me move on. But you don't have anything. And me, I have seen those. And me, when I encounter you and you are like that, the first step is go and clean that social media. Because you money free because of what? You be in the so if you are here, now we are just a work hard, be humble, and make sure the people around you who what they did be pushing into the corner. Because it's a diamond. Gold dry the 2 years a diamond. In the raw state, we say yes, I say boar and a shuffle. But when you remove that stone, what me find once how the more basa will worry now. You have to put it through fire. So if you are here, a young entrepreneur, now we knew be on mouth fire. What's in ye? If you be a council, sir, you better crack out. We try to why? Because we're not 22-year-old our basic. Now we do now. Because in your area, everybody is saying we are champion. So please, who will do a life? We know pushy wa. Men feel some powers and ego. No, let it calm down. And prayer in Bible. And no dear. Your level and will be a bit in your campus will be a bit in your Oak Plaza Hotel. Benz will be a bit in your to buy your level now. And no, Nakupon do. And then you nipa. Who told them now would done a phone call number. When you also free will be keke. Not $10 million in our account. And no, and you divine. It's all Hannah saying Yakupon. And need the center of your life. Now we now can say answer. Let me out at the back of secondary school. Let me out of biscuit amount. But dear, to me, yeah, I need back to me sick. Won't me every day. And you realize that your descendants are not a folly. For me, this has worked. I won't lie to you. So many things I've landed my hands on. You know, my husband, you realize that it is divine. And divine means that I am nothing. You were Jumaki Trevi and me ready. Shasumani. If I send a one coffee, Shasumani, meaning answer. Woman will answer. Nancy woman. You will see what God will do with you. But we are waiting now, bro, wants you. Now we'll die after midnight. Now we'll not back take or repeal. And yes, sir, some people, it's been work. Thank you.
So my friend has always been saying that truth is very confrontational. So I know that what we have discussed here is nothing but the truth. And actually what Phyllis said last week is nothing but the truth. So she has confronted you with the truth. Please take it and let's actually work towards it. At this moment, I would ask that if any one of you here has questions, you put up your hand. We'll call you, then you come forward here and to answer.
So this is
Favorite part.
Please, this is actually one of the best moments where
I know.
whatever that we have discussed here, you know, you have the opportunity to ask us so that, I mean, we can give answers to it. So I see the lady here, please come. So I see you also at the back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I first take the lead. The second one will be you. The third one will be the fourth, the fifth, and the sixth. All right, so please come.
And those who can't ask questions, come and put 50 CDs here. You'll be fine. I was taking the whole room. Everybody will raise their hand. When we start question now, you have to ask or even make a comment, right? Something you heard that you liked. You just press on it to show that, look, I got this and I'm going to use it. You need a mic?
During your introduction, I realized that you wasn't doing one thing, like we Juma way, but I realized that. Please do your introduction. I realized that now you are not doing one thing. We Juma way. But when it comes to Ghanaians, so if you want to be a carpenter, you have to be a carpenter and do it well. So as young people, I want to ask, what advice do you have for us for this perception that they have been telling us that you're supposed to do just one thing so that you can do it and do it well? Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. So that's a very good question. A good car. So, ask yourself why. Why? Okay. Me shas no. Me into na me pe bank environment. Okay. It's me banking na me who say technology. Niema e pushy banking. Let us say and I'm moving on. I'm a banking for a long time, and I'm moving on to technology. Me technology, and I'm say, okay, so me pay you technology and yeah dreamer, but me pay your multi ho a year dreaming crime. Obi found being the free, but being on my and I'm sure okay. Next start here, I'll start working with people, especially young people, sitting with them in a different way, right? Into all of Niemana Nipa Ayan. Now I come back to me technology, then I build the software to support it. So I went from banking for a lot of years. Now maybe someone say, okay, technology, so technology backs what banking. But people take technology far. But these people, how can I make sure that they are actually enjoying the technology now? So for me at Connect World, we use a software to match a mentor to a mentee. Because me too, because Emmanuel, I could see any mentor and one because there are things that Emmanuel does and knows and likes also, sir. So there has to be a way that an algorithm will match the two of you so that there's data behind the mentorship. So the American time, won't me for when you train my baby. You will need people who are there almost insurance. Or better me at 139 and no a divine a insurance. But most of the time, also idea about do it, and how you know you are doing it well is Ufrejo will say na me yano. Mr. Emmanuel say na me yano. Mr. Prosper say na me yano. It's we are no say afi what be wo ye free carpenter for when na we gina ho first. No we be say ana carpentry kra. Ene de na nanti biom. E bia na wo panyum to. It's afi wo say we edun odisto. Who this so you are able to link the first thing to the second. Because you are asking, say, DNT, na me yes Agyei. Obi or ye be keke, yes, social media, cryptocurrency. No. Hey, and then you say Pabwa. No. I would like to. I've asked so many young people, why are you in grad school? I don't know where your masters. Or say, abasuncha obi ye. And amanya kasa obebi a won't me kasa. Enya no kre. Nti so obi nti dia won't me fa wani nhwe to but sa question DNT. Why? You realize that all the things you have done, they connect to an extent, because for me, where is my finance or my investment banking coming to play? The young people that sit with me, if you want to grow, it is not only hard work. Sad to see this now, I will see how do you maximize it? Say big mark, how do you manage it properly? Or which job will give you the maximum income so that you can be able to take care of your passion? So my finance, technology, and human capital, I'm able to build it all. Okay, thank you.
So,
hard question. When you finish going around, I must talk to you.
Sure, thank you. Oops.
All right, so my name is Evergreen Prosper. When Miss Phyllis was talking, she said that when you are doing something and it's not hitting your account, then you are doing the wrong thing, or you are doing the wrong thing. So I want to ask, maybe I have an NGO that our aim is to help people. Always we are giving out and money is not coming in. I want to ask if that is a wrong move. And my last question is, personally, I'm running an NGO. That is our aim, is to support the youth in technology and to build a capacity. So I want to ask, how can Connect World and Real help such people like us? Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much. So, the third one, please stop.
Okay.
The one that
all of them. Okay, I'm 45. I can't remember. I'm too old, so let me do it quickly. Okay, so you'll be coming while I answer, and I'll make it quick, okay? I just don't want to make a mess of the question on my side. Okay, so the question is, if something is not going to hit your account, listen, every time you do anything, ask yourself, what value is coming to me? What value am I giving out? You cannot be giving your value out for zero. What I said, Joel cited so many examples when he served. I lived back Ghana 5 years. No young person has given me a penny. I have built 4 softwares. Okay, I'm paying tuition in all the colleges. I'm paying rent. I'm paying hospital bills. We'll be on a chair with the group. I own money in Nigeria. Somebody will say, but what is the point? Because there's a plan. I know where I'm headed. It's like an ice cream shop. I call it the ice cream model. Who ye bibia? That value that is coming out, people will taste it. They might not pay for it, but you have a strategy. Your execution now, when you say, okay, 2 years, after 2 years, I should be getting something. Because baby, I will free ban, or be in a hair. So you know that, okay, 2 years, apprenticeship in every year. I was saying, work and pay. Do you understand? So it's not just I am going to do internship for life. It's beautiful, but you must have a plan, an execution plan. Say 2 years, I'm working for free, and then after that, I'll have some experience. This is how I can begin to sort of branch out into different things. You're saying the NGO, you are giving people a lot of things, it's not coming back. Me, when you talk about NGO, I'm confused because people will come to you and say, give me money to go and give the poor. I don't know why you are not getting anything, but if you're an NGO and you are registered and you know your why, you should have donors, and donors that you are accountable to. So if money is not coming, then it means that your target audience, they're not seeing anything. I don't know if you're understanding me. So an NGO shouldn't work without any return on investment. Bill Gates say, Bill and Melinda Gates, they are buying poverty off of the world. They are taking money from donors, their own money, but they have to see the return on investment. There has to be a way that something is coming back to you. If nothing is coming back to you, and yeah, minimum strategy, and Joel, please correct me here. But when it comes to internships, of course, it's like an apprentice. When people are learning how to sew and do their hair, you don't get paid. You rather even pay your master. But your mouse says 4 years. Until we 4 years, now I feel we say you money one hour before your boss and it's more than because you don't want to go to a place where it's hard work where you'll be paid. Sometimes before you get that good money, you work hard. You only sleep 2 hours a day, and nobody wants to go there. So the point I'm trying to make is that everything you do, ask yourself, what is the value? Why? If you're not gaining anything back, you must question it. Gaining anything back doesn't only have to be money. Social capital, that's why we're here, right? Social capital translates into your bank account. The boss, your mentor, was able to open doors for you. So that is the point I'm making, that everything you are doing, define your why, and your execution must have a very good plan, timelines to it, when you want to begin to have return on investment. So I know him after 2 years, may come back to my class to help my mother and my father who get, I tell everybody that he's an entrepreneur. Ready for an entrepreneur. The moment you step foot in the classroom, you're an entrepreneur. You have told your parents that pay school fees to these people to train me. In 15 years, I will become something, I'll bring you money. That's why when I meet people that say, school members, I'm a common ninja home. You have to go. So I challenge all young people that it is not up to you to decide that you have to work hard in school and make money. You have taken your parents' money as an entrepreneur, and you are in a classroom being trained. So after 20 years, 15 years, 10 years, you must take that money back. Maybe you tell your investor, your parents, that the first 2 years I'm going to work for free because I'm what? An apprentice. After apprenticeship, now we say, how long are you going to? As for NGO there, I'll talk to you later. Why do you complex?
Thank you very much. Can I add something to that? Yeah, sure. So, it's right under your nose, right? Utah is Utah for profit. It's a non-profit. You can ask, Prosper is right under your nose. You can ask him how funds are being generated. Yep. Utah is running. If it wasn't running, we wouldn't be sitting here. No. Right, the AC will not be running. So this someone who's right under your nose, don't overlook him, check him out. That's what I would say.
Yes. I'm sure I like
Thank you very much. My name is Richmond Spencer. I would like to ask how best you can actually socialize with people without making it look like ahoshishe, because you know that social capital is about building certain kind of relationship with people, but we do know that when you are looking from the vertical perspective, most of the people at the top too are also very, very busy people. So how best can you build that social capital in that level without making it look ahoshishe? And my second question is also about temperament. We all do know that different people and how they can socialize because of different temperament, and it is natural. So meaning they are not actually the one doing it. But how can you, despite your temperament, build a very strong social capital to help you? Thank you.
Trying trying to remember. Let's remember. So he said, how do you network or build relationships without it doesn't become a relationship? First of all, I want you to rewire your mind that at a point in time you do the relationship, but you do this strategically, right? So there's a model I use. Before you engage someone, before you try to get someone into your relationship or your network, you have to think about how you are going to initiate it, right? The concept of relationship building is actually based on trust, and there are two things that trust is founded on: competence and character. All the things that we said, that's a summary: competence and character. The character is all the humility, thoughtfulness. People like to get attracted to nice things. So that is the baseline for you. Your attitude. If your attitude is cutting you away, that will character first. And then what can you do now? Now, there was one thing that you said that really struck me, and your answer is there. You're saying that these people at the top, they are very busy. They are busy. It means they don't have time. Now, ask yourself, how do you help them in their busy state? As I mentioned, my mentor is one of the people that I would run that circle errand for, or run that mechanic errand for. That gives you visibility. You get the point. So you thinking that these people do not need anything. There are needs that they have, and the need is time. I realized that very early, that at that after school stage, I had a lot of time on my hands. So I made sure I utilized my time. Volunteering Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana, which name Echo House. I was an alumnus. I was still in there. Akraka, old student, I'm in there. So make sure that you are involving yourself. And also about the initiation, there are certain touch points that you can look at. Maybe the person, you've seen that Phyllis is very passionate about mentorship and all of that. You can sit down and think about it. Can I read about Connect World? What's Connect World doing? How can I influence the work that Connect World is doing? Maybe Connect World needs something on social media. You are very good at social media, and you realize that Connect World social media page needs more boosting, or you think Career Hill social media page needs more boosting. You having that thought and approaching the person that, hey, I saw XYZ and I feel I can help with this. These are what I have in mind. What do you think about it? Those are the initiation points. So always think about delivering value. Never think that someone is too busy to help. The moment you deliver value, that busyness gets lost because they see you as someone who's coming to act, right? Hello? Yeah, so just have that in mind, that you always have to initiate from a point of convergence. Where the problem lies, begin from there. Read about the people, do research. You can't just approach someone without having done any research. Okope girl cry, now okope boy cry. Who position when you say boy we this joint na your tie copa anti. What should that position what sa joint negates nano. And now when you say girl we now for this circle no more, they roll in this area. So opposition, you get it. So always look at the initiation point. After initiating, then you can go ahead with delivering the value, and that's when you can demonstrate your competence and your character. And you realize that the people that you thought were busy are people who make time for you. And just for context, in 2019, I don't know if any of you know Ivy Bali. Yeah. I sent Ivy Bali a code message in 2019. When female, 2018 when female, 2020 when female. I think just recently we've had about 3 Twitter spaces, and I'm collaborating with Ivy Bali, and that's persistence. If you're not humble enough and you think that, oh, wait, yeah, ma try 1 2 our channel doors into Minjaya, tweak the strategy, change it. When I sent her the first message, I said that I've seen that you're doing developers in Vogue, and it's something I can contribute to. I do career coaching, I can help the ladies with their CVs and all of that. It didn't happen, but later it turned out well. So be persistent and always look out for that point where you can deliver value, and it will eventually convert for you.
Thank you, Joel. So I take the last but one question, right? Okay, so please approach. So
good evening, everyone. So it's been a very insightful conversation. Thanks to our panelists. I've really learned a lot. I think my question is similar to what the gentleman asked, but I'll echo it again. Probably there's more to it. So I was going to ask that usually, okay, we know we have to communicate value to the people we want to connect with. But sometimes it turns out that you are being overreactive. I mean, you are putting yourself too much to them. So how do you control that, or to what extent can you tell that this person is not interested to connect with you? Thank you.
Okay, so we would want to take the last question also in addition, so that we can both answer that. Yeah.
Okay, thank you once again. I am happy to ask the last one's question, and also I'm the last but one. So nice.
We'll adopt you.
Okay, I have two questions to ask. The first one goes to Miss Phyllis, and also the second one to Mr. Joel. I would like to ask you, how many people do you find in your way that they bring challenges, like to pull you down, not to be able to set up what you are about to do? That's the first question for you. And the second one, also, I would like to ask, how did you gather that courage to build up those things that you said and what you taught us today? And also to Mr. Joe, as you were talking about opening up a pharmacy, you were talking about many things, but I want to ask you, in those times, how much do you save and how much do you spend? That's the most important thing that I think when we know, we will also know how to schedule our things and also how to spend and how to save. If we should spend more and save less, or we should save more and spend less, we will know that one also. Thank you.
I think the first question, we need a bit of clarity on that.
Okay, so I think what I heard you say was, if you, in your journey, if you run into people that pull you down, so people that are not helping you
they are not interested to help your character, you want to bring it up.
Okay. Okay, naysayers, like, okay, but you need those people too, though. You do need those people. For me, I've been very fortunate. My 4 siblings are all like extremely intellectual, and they go like extreme of everything. And I'm the one that every day I'm bringing the ideas, like, let's build a private jet, let's own a private jet, let's do that. Like, it's not gonna work. But I like that. If you don't have those people in your life, your level is low and you think it's high, and one day you land in another space and you realize that you're actually very little, which is what I found out in Ghana. People don't want you to push against them, and those people, sometimes they are your testers. You tell them, I want to build this business, and they'll tell you, forget it. I know too many people that have failed. The way you know it's not, for me, I don't take a lot of things negative. Rarely. If I do take it negative, then it means it's really bad. I always, even if you tell me it won't work, I love it. It pushed me to not sleep at all, because I'm daring myself and I want to come back to you. Like, I will show you that this will work. So for me, I think it's important. But I think maybe what you're also trying to say is people that when you hang out with them, you just can't grow. That's different. You have to avoid them. My phone is always on silent. I will not answer. I've not seen the WhatsApp. I've not seen. I've archived everything. I'm not going to see it, because the energy you need to process those kind of connections is difficult. So if you're talking about not growing, that one is called cut it with a knife and let it go. But if they need you for something, to make you sure you are growing, you offer them that help, quickly you run back. But those people that will say it won't work, that will push against your idea, you need them. If you watch this TV show, Shark Tank, all those things, they will dare you. But it's supposed to make you go and come back and say, I told you I was gonna be back.
And then I think the networking piece, that Honshishe thing, at what point do you know that you are doing too much Honshishe, especially when it comes to the opposite sex too? It's very difficult. Or even the same sex, you know, you feel sort of, hey, am I going too far? There's a saying that a number and saying right? I think the problem with our young entrepreneurs or young professionals these days is opeso no kasa and sana opeso explaining I don't know be na mao. Just do. Do you understand? If you can identify something that the person needs or is working on, just do, or find out, do they have a personal assistant? Do they have like an executive assistant? Maybe programs assistant. You talk to them and say, my name is this, and for the next 6 months, I want to help Miss Phyllis with this. I know she's very busy, but you work very closely with her. Is there a way you can guide me in helping her with this for the next 6 months? So you see, so one day Phyllis will wake up and gosh, all her, sometimes the smallest problem, I'm telling you, the things that are hard, money can do. There are things money cannot do. Like go to circle to find I can't. It's difficult. You know, so those ones, when it happens, you're so excited. So I think that you just do. And don't be invasive. Don't want to meet the person and then come, let's have dinner, talk to me, explain to you. It is too much. Just do and go back. Retreat, do and retreat. But find somebody around the person that can be guiding you on what's going on.
Yes. And also I think we had a question about the personality temperament that...
Okay, he had a second question though. It was about, I think maybe it didn't come out clearly. So I don't have a pharmacy. I don't have a pharmacy.
I was like, was it temperament control?
The temperament question was from the gentleman. So yours is about the savings and all of that, right? So I started my career as a commercial pharmacist. I'm a salesperson, right? And I decided to strategically position myself this way and invest 6 months of my free time to get in there. The reason was that I looked at all the fields of pharmacy. And I realized that
I think you guys have cold blood in you because I'm a cold man.
So I realized that yes, I needed that comfort, but I had to sacrifice for it. And what I realized with being a salesperson was that you get a car, the car gets fueled for you. So literally, you don't spend money on transportation. They can always all chilly and now they are chilly. You get it? But I realized that early, so I made it my goal that I wanted to break into that space. I never paid for maintenance, I never paid for fuel, because everything is taken care of by the company. And in exchange, I work hard as a salesperson to meet my sales targets. And I would say that is something that has helped me with my finances, because I was literally saving 50 to 60% of my salary. Month now, no matter because if I leave it in there, I will spend it. You get it? And it's not going to be, this is not going to be everybody's situation. But one thing I've learned, when these financial literacy guys tell you that you should save, even if it's 1 cedi, save it. What they actually mean is that you need to build the habit. Right? If you get 1 cedi, save 20 pesos out of it. 20 pesos no save you. But the idea is that you need to build a habit out of it. So whatever amount you have, start building that habit so that when you get to the stage where you have a lot of money, you wouldn't mismanage it. So that is the hack that I used. Invested 6 months of free time, and then I was able to break into it.
The temperament issue.
Okay. The temperament issue, you mentioned that how do you blend your temperament with your networking strategy, right? Okay.
So how can, let's say, somebody is how can they use, despite their temperament, very strong?
Okay, so more like let's simplify it and make it introverted and then extroverted, right? I'm very extroverted. Growing up, I'm becoming introverted. But one thing that you can use, one powerful thing you can use is social media. Social media. If you're a very introverted person, you can leverage social media to initiate your networking. also, what people think is that networking means having to talk to about 50 people or befriending 50 people. But if you can make 2 connections or 3 connections, that's our quality. There's something that I coach people on when it comes to career wheel. I coach introverted people on that. You don't have to make friends with everybody, right? If you are very introverted and they are the ones with the problem, just focus on the 2 or 3 people that you want to network with and do the 3 at a time. You do 3, it doesn't work, one person is not responding, you can switch kakra, add one other person to the pool and keep trying again. Otherwise you get overwhelmed. So you do that and then you leverage social media because you don't have to be in front of the person, which is the best thing. All you need to do is to have a phone, a smartphone, or even have the internet cafe and type out a message to someone. That is all that you need, right? So if you are very introverted, these are the strategies that you can use. And last but not the least, you can connect through your network. So maybe you talk to someone, you get their advice, finally they've opened up to you. At the end of the conversation, let them know that there are some action points you are going to take on all the advice that they've given you. And then ask them, is there anybody else that they think if they introduce you to, you would be able to tap from and also contribute value to? And that is how you leverage the people that you've engaged to get more people. Networking is like sales. So think about network marketing that way. I mean, think about networking in the sense of network marketing. Use the people to get more people.
All right. So this whole introvert, extrovert, me thing, no, and it wouldn't be problem. I remember when I was very young, my mom used to travel, and when I need to, like, in the night when I want to wee, I'll go and call my brother. Can you take me to the wash? He's like, and I just want to. The point I'm making here is, again, the why, right? Why do you want to connect with this person? So that you take a picture with him or her and put on social media so they can know that you are big, but your bank account is negative. See me, I keep going back to, because that is why we are all up. The bank account, that is why all of us are here today. So if you're trying to get to that person and you are shy, you are introvert, or whatever the words are, you are using to describe yourself, okay, then I don't think your why is strong enough. Do you understand me? You just have to move and know what your execution plan is. I want to meet the minister of this because these things I need. And if I don't get it at this time, this is what's going to happen. So you are on and you are gone. The extrovert, introvert, it's all in the mind. It all should depend on, do you need this thing that you are going to this person for? If you need it, and your mother is in a hospital and as cancer is dying, we can't get blood, and you say you're introvert. Hey, you talk. So please, I was very shy when I was young. I won't lie to you. When I entered America, I realized that nobody is even checking whether you are shy or not. They are gone. And if you can't out, it's so fast because time is new. The last time I remembered, I was 23. I'm 44. I don't know what happened. I'm here. So many things I haven't done because of one reason or another. So young people, I've realized, have a lot of excuses because of the things we are reading, big English and trending stuff. Please look at your why. You must move.
Thank you very much. So this has been the 11th edition of the Skills Hub chat. We streamed live on Facebook on Skills Hub by YOTA, and also on YOTA Facebook handle, Youth Opportunity and Transformation in Africa. My name is Emmanuel Owusu. I have had good time because, I told you that I was actually going to have a conversation. So we've had conversations with Phyllis Kuenyehia and Anaman. I have been very much inspired, because most of the things that I actually wanted to hear, and also most of your profile, I have had inspiration from that. I think I would also need to say this, that, in the corporate space in Ghana,
people, you know, bring up CVs, they write applications for jobs, and they indicate that they have certain skills and experiences. So the skills of Microsoft Excel, the skills of Word, the skills of PowerPoint. But then every year we actually get, you know, national service students, interns also do come in. And you actually get to find out that most of the things that they say that they know how to do it, they actually do not know how to do it. So when I get the opportunity like this to meet, because I know there are a lot of students in here, you are in level 200, level 100, you know, final year. I mean, there's still time, but then time not there. So what I'm saying is that those things that you indicate on your CVs, the Excel, the PowerPoint, the Word, that you say you know how to do it. If today they put the PC in front of you, can you do it? So, you know, most of these, you know, I was very happy when you talk about the soft skills. And these are the, I mean, part of the soft skills, you being able to communicate. If you do not also have these skills and you want to work in a bank, because these days the Indians are taking our jobs, back office, frankly, because they are good with the IT, but we are not. If you tell us to talk, we'll talk. But if you put the work before us, we cannot do it. And we are growing very fast. And you know, the country is opening. The continent is opening. So these days, you have people from Monrovia, people from Bangladesh, who can work in Ghana. And every employer is looking for efficiency and revenue. So they wouldn't say, because you're a Ghanaian, come and slow the business. Because you can do, come and do it, so that we will be able to meet the target. What I'm saying is that, as part of the soft skills that we are all searching for, we need to also add these. The literacy in the IT, very key, because you know, she spoke about software and technology that is moving the banking space, that is moving the insurance space. Recently, my company actually launched a product, and the software that we're using is not even from Ghana. It's from sorry to say, from Zimbabwe. And these guys, the Nigerians, are taking the fintech space and they're making billions out of it, to be frank with you. And the only fintech space that we can boast in Ghana here is maybe like 𝐓𝐶Pay, because 𝐓𝐶Pay is doing well. Express Pay, and we are only interested in the payment systems also. Please, when we have the opportunity to learn and have the opportunity and the time to learn these things, you are in level 300, you are not, I mean, like, you are not out of school yet. I think that you should spend time. At 23, I would say that if you don't know how to drive even, that is a mistake. That is actually a very big problem. You are in school, you have more time, you need to learn how to drive. You need to get these skills so that it will differentiate you from other people on the job market. Thank you very much.
So I'm sure somebody is sitting there, okay, I've heard, but I can't afford it, you know. I really want to learn. I want to hone my hard skills, but I don't have money. But you've been betting online, you're on social media, you're on platforms and posting videos about comedians, TikTok, you know, you post acrobat to all, like, I love him, he's so funny, but like, that data you have. So 2-3 days ago, I do a project for MasterCard as well. And I mentored these women in the Winneba district. So they're all hairdressers and they sew. And one lady, you know, we're just talking, what has been her experience in her journey? And she said, I used to sew women clothes only. But me sure say maniama no mo pam edoso dodo area no nti me ko YouTube and I me data no me di sua se na ye pam embe maniama nti sisi ano me pam be maniama nti ejuma na amaso. You see, YouTube, she can't read and write too, but she knows how to operate video. So she went and maybe somebody typed it in. So my point here is, once you have that gadget and a little money, stop texting that girl that is making you feel low. That boy that is chasing 200 girls, please forget it. Go on YouTube and type in Mavis Bacon, how fast can I type? Can I create a document? All of those things. And in the corner of your room, you become such a great professional. Nobody would believe how it happened. So you have the resource, you're just not apportioning them well. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So we are grateful for you joining us. Before we leave, we will hear our closing remarks from Josephine, and Obi will also give us some tunes. But as I mentioned, my name is Emmanuel 𝐓𝐄𝐄𝐓. My guests were Phyllis Kuenyehia. I'm very much particular about the name Kuenyehia, and also Joel Anaman. Thank you very much. We are grateful.
Thank you very much to our moderator and to our speakers. So I'm here to give the vote of thanks. So first of all, I want to say a big thank you to God for giving us this day, and to our speakers for making time to come and speak to us, and to all of you, because if they came and the room was empty, it would have been something else. So we are really grateful that you took time to come here to come and listen. And then to our guest performer, Obi, we are grateful to you as well. And to our online guests, we are grateful that you joined us. To Yota staff, we are grateful that you put the place together for us. To our sponsors, BMZ, Plan Germany, and Plan Ghana, we are also grateful. So the Skills Hub is open to almost everyone who is here. We will be on standby to take you on a tour if you want to see the place. We will be sharing item 13 right after here. So please, let's network, say hi to someone, get to know someone, and we wish you a safe journey and a restful weekend. Thank you very much.
As I said before, my name is Obi the guitarist, cover artist and guitarist. I'm Obi the guitarist on Instagram, on Twitter, Obi the guitarist. Follow me and let's get interactive. I'm available for all events, weddings, dinners, birthday parties, corporate events. I don't do funerals though. Yeah, don't really care how much your body type. What be the matter like your vibe? I be the one for you, come put it, go, come put it. Don't really have to be the one to go, and nobody fine like you. The one for you, and I feel like I've known you all my life. Feel like I need you in my life. Nobody be tell me I know why. Please baby, would you be mine? And I feel like I've known you my whole life. Feel like I need you in my life. Nobody be tell me I know why. And everybody knows say I want me, I know they lie. I want me, 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 and everybody knows say I want me, I know they pick up my cause. Mami Sarah, girl, I'll be the one for you, come put it, go, come put it. My body on you, your body on me, sweet pasita. Baby, now you want that day, oh, simply because then I feel like I've known you my whole life. Feel like I need you in my life. Nobody be tell me otherwise. slow down. Your love is crazy. You amaze me, girl, you amaze me. Wanna have everything, wanna play me. With everything, I realize love don't cost no dime. My baby, love don't cost no dime.
We are done. We want to take pictures and then you can go. Please come back. Let's take pictures together and then you can go. Those sitting at the back, please come forward. Let's take pictures together. Please, with your permission, join us. Let's take pictures together before you go. If you're standing outside in the foyer, please come, let's take pictures together before you go. Let people know that you were here today.
The signature picture. Picture time, picture time, picture time.
It's picture time. Please come, let's take pictures before you go.